Today on Leafscope, Kadri with a game misconduct, should he get suspended? Leafs lead late in the game, but did they win? And was the Leafs' best player scoring in the wrong net? Welcome to Leafscope. I'm your host, Peter Bojarinov. Well, the Leafs, with a great defensive game, lead the game 1-0 with 5 minutes left in the third period, but find a way to lose the game 2-1 in a shootout to the Minnesota Wild. Trending now. Will Kadri get suspended? Well, let's first look at the later hit. The 5-minute major and game misconduct ejection. He basically hits Michael Granlund in the head on a clean hit, but Granlund had his head down and he had the puck. So in my estimation, that should have been more of a head-checking penalty for a 2-minute minor at the most. Then the earlier hit on Nicholas Backstrom, which he only got a 2-minute goaltender interference penalty. That Nazem had the puck and he ran into Backstrom, who was on the top of his crease, and hit him right in the head and basically took him out of the game later on. This one probably should have been a 5-minute major and probably a game misconduct. For that one, it was a headshot and it's pretty bad. I would expect probably as well a 2-game, maybe 3-game suspension for Nazem. A bit of a reckless night for him, and that wasn't smart. Time for the Rocks and Stars. Let's go with the Rocks. First, the Leafs offense. Just didn't have many scoring chances. I thought Riley and Franzen and Gardner had a few of the scoring chances. And of course, Raymond on the goal. They played pretty well, but overall, just not enough scoring chances. The Leafs have to get better on that. The main two, Phil Kessel. Yeah, not for the sake of trying hard. He was skating well, and he had a few nice dekes. But he flubbed on 4 scoring chances in the game. 3 in the first, 1 in the second. And not to mention the shootout attempt where he missed the net by 3 feet. Also, he gave up the puck, and on his back check, knocked the puck into his own net for the Wild to tie the game. So easily Phil Kessel's worst game of the year. Also, Nazem Kadri. Just a reckless game all night tonight. 2 really bad ones, and the earlier one that should have been more of the game misconduct, which maybe he might not have had another one later on. But he cost the game and had a lot of penalties. He had another minor on top of all that. And it didn't, but it could have cost the Leafs the game. And now the Stars. First off, the best player of the game, Jonathan Bernier. Solid all night and had 33 saves, a few big ones. Also, the defense, probably the best overall defensive game, especially by the defense tonight. Paul Ranger, no errors all game. Easily his best game of the season so far. Jake Gardner, playing it at his hometown crowd, easily his probably best effort of the season. He was skating fast, and he had a few good pinches. Riley had a pretty good game. Mark Frazier, some big hits. He was solid. Dion Phaneuf, also a few big hits and a lot of minutes. Carl Gunnarsson was really good. Solid today. Few block shots, and also Cody Franzen with some good block shots. Great job by the D all night tonight. Also leads into the penalty killing. Great job on the penalty killing. All of those guys included, and the forwards. Wow. Dion Phaneuf, Mark Frazier, Carl Gunnarsson, Jay McClement, Nikolai Kuhlman, and Paul Ranger all played over 6 minutes on the penalty kill, and it was fantastic. Great job, guys. Blocking shots, covering lanes. Awesome. Keep it up. My hustle of the night has to be a tie with Dion Phaneuf and Jay McClement. Wow, Jay with 7.5 minutes on the penalty kill tonight. He was a force to be reckoned with there. Great job tonight. Also solid on faceoffs with 60%, and he had a few hits. And of course, the captain, 28 minutes of total ice time tonight. Wow, he was a stud. Also, game high 6 hits, and he also had 2 takeaways. The impact of the game has to be Nazem Kadri's hit on Nicholas Backstrom. Not only did he not get kicked out of the game on that hit, Later on, he hit Granlund, and he gets kicked out of the game for that one, which should have been only a minor. So he should have been kicked out earlier. Also, he knocks Backstrom out of the game and gets replaced by currently the best goalie in the NHL in Josh Harding. Great job, Harding, by helping the Wild win the game. My recommendations. Well, if Nazem Kadri is going to be out for a few games and Bozak's still not ready to play, I probably expect Trevor Smith to be called up and play some big minutes. But also the Leafs have been lacking in offense. Only 4 goals in the last 4 games. It hurts with Bozak and Boland out, so they have guys like JVR filling a role that they're not used to. But also guys like Kadri and Clarkson are getting some big minutes and a lot of minutes and aren't producing any offense. So it's tough. It'd be good if the Leafs can try to send a few guys to win puck battles on the boards instead of just one guy hoping he wins. And also maybe giving Jake Gardiner a bit of chance and a few shifts on offense maybe. Help him try to get a goal, but also help the Leafs with a player who's more offensive minded in the forward position. Again, if you have any questions for Leafscope, tweet Leafscope or email leafscope@gmail.com. Again, thanks for watching and see you all in a few days.
Leafscope, Leafscope.